The sky was turning black, the kind of darkness that makes the world hold its breath. Thunder rolled across the valley, and the first drops of rain began to fall, heavy and cold. On the edge of a winding country road, Emma gripped the steering wheel tighter. She was on her way home from work, the storm catching her miles from safety. Her headlights cut through the sheets of rain, and that's when she saw it, a shape barely visible through the blur. A horse. It was tangled in a mess of broken wood and barbed wire near the flooded ditch. Its chest heaved, nostrils flaring with fear, mud splattered across its once shining coat. Lightning flashed, and for a brief second, Emma saw its eyes, wild, terrified, and pleading. Without thinking, she slammed the brakes and jumped out car. The rain instantly drenched her clothes, wind whipping her hair across her face. She ran toward the horse, shouting over the thunder, "Hey, easy there, boy. I'm here. I'm going to help you." The animal screamed in pain as it tried to move, the sharp barbed wire biting deeper into its flesh. Emma's heart pounded. The ditch was filling fast with rainwater, and the horse's legs were trapped under the splintered remains of a fallen fence. Each minute mattered. She looked around for help. No cars, no houses, just the roar of the storm. Her phone had no signal. It was just her and this desperate creature, both fighting against nature's fury. Emma took a deep breath, forcing down the fear. She pulled off her jacket and used it to cover the horse's eyes, whispering softly, "It's okay, you're not alone now." The horse's trembling began to ease, its breathing slowing just a little. Then she grabbed a metal rod from the debris, trying to pry the wire loose. Her hand slipped, the sharp edge slicing her palm, but she didn't stop. The storm grew worse. The ditch water was rising inch by inch. Emma's boots sank into the mud as she struggled to pull the wire free. Her muscles screamed, rain stung her face, but she kept going. Finally, one strand snapped, then another. The horse flinched and let out a low, pained whinny. Just as she thought she might free it, a deafening crack split the air. She turned and saw it, a massive tree leaning, about to fall, and it was falling straight toward them. The tree crashed down with a violent roar, splitting the air with sound like thunder itself. Emma barely had time to react. She threw herself toward the horse, wrapping her arms around its neck as the trunk slammed into the ground beside them, splattering mud and water in every direction. The earth shook. For a moment, there was only the pounding rain and the sound of her own heartbeat. When the dust settled, Emma looked up. The tree had missed them, barely. Its heavy branches now blocked the road completely, cutting off any hope of someone driving by to help. They were trapped. The horse let out a deep, trembling groan. Blood seeped from its leg where the wire still clung tight. Emma's hands were raw, her clothes soaked, but she refused to give in. "Not today," she whispered. "You're not dying here. Not like this." She took off her scarf and used it to bandage her hand before wrapping another strip around the horse's bleeding leg. The water was now up to her knees. The current tugged at her boots, and the wind howled like a warning. She needed something sharp, anything. Her eyes darted to her car, half buried under branches. The trunk. There was a toolkit. Emma waded through the water, slipping and falling twice before she reached it. Her fingers shook as she grabbed a pair of pliers. She rushed back to horse, teeth chattering. "Hang on," she murmured, her voice breaking. "I know it hurts." Each twist of the wire sent a shudder through the animal's body, but she kept working, cutting through one loop at a time. The horse nickered softly, as if trying to thank her. She smiled weakly through the rain. "We're almost there." A flash of lightning illuminated the valley, and with it, a sudden surge of floodwater pouring down from a hillside. Emma's heart stopped. The ditch was about to overflow. She pulled at the last strand, screaming as it finally snapped. "Go! Run!" she shouted, slapping the horse's side. But the animal hesitated, limping and afraid. The wave was almost upon them. With all her strength, Emma shoved the horse toward higher ground. It stumbled, then bolted forward into the rain. The flood hit seconds later, sweeping Emma off her feet and pulling her under. She gasped, clawing for something, anything, to hold on to. Her hand caught a root. The water tore at her body, her arms burning. She looked up, barely able to breathe, and through the blur she saw it. The horse, standing on the hill, looking back at her. Then everything went dark.